Welcome everyone to our town hall live show. Hashtag SACV LA edition, or should probably say LA2, because we are going to be playing against the other LA on Tuesday. But tonight we're only going to be talking about Los Dos, or I should say mainly talking about tomorrow's game against Los Dos. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and play our intro video, and we'll see everyone here in about a minute or so. All right, and we are back. Thank you so much to everyone who is tuning in right now and everyone who will be watching this on replay. We also appreciate you here watching our show tonight. Uh, Wanted to remind everyone, if you want to join our show, feel free to join this show. You don't have to have your video camera on. You could just join in with your audio, and you could join in with your cell phone as well. If you want the link to that, hop on our Facebook or Twitter. We have the link on there. Or if you're actually on YouTube, we actually have a link to join our studio as the pinned comment. So just look at that pinned comment on there. Click on that StreamYard.com link, and then you'll be sent to your browser. I believe if you're on iPhone, you have to use Safari to be able to access StreamYard. But once you're there, you don't need to install anything. It's just going to ask you for a username, and then it'll ask if you want to have your camera on or off. So if you want to join, give us your thoughts on tomorrow's game, then feel free to join the link on there, and feel free to join at any time. You don't have to join right away. All good. As long as we're alive, you can join and we'll add you here so you can give us your thoughts on the game tomorrow. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce some of the guests that we have here tonight. First, let's go all the way over to Arizona to Jared. How's it going, man?
Doing excellent. Just staying out of the heat and just keeping with cool beverages. Waiting for the hot matches both tomorrow and Tuesday. Gotta love it. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Super thankful that the heat isn't as bad this weekend as it was last. And for all of those of you who know, last weekend, we were in triple digits, and luckily we're gonna have a good Father's Day weekend, and high 70s, mid 80s, I think, with separate days. But brace yourself, everyone, especially here in the Central Valley, because it's gonna hit the three digits again on Tuesday and onwards. So we're getting a little break, but it's about to get really hot. So if anyone has the chance to go to the game against Monterey, might be a good idea to get yourself out of this really crazy heat that we'll be experiencing later on in the week, next week. So just a heads up. And next, let's introduce live from his car, William. How's it going, man?
What up, folks, guys? So I know I am because I am wearing a different sports team right now because I know last night the Warriors won. So I'm very happy for these guys right now. But I am so excited for the for this upcoming tomorrow's match, especially for this upcoming Lamar Hunt Open Cup match against the real LA Galaxy, because this is going to be so amazing at this point.
Yeah, hey, no issue with me. I'm also a Warriors fan, so all good. Yeah.
Yep,
Gotta
just
celebrate.
giving support for you guys.
Right?
Of course, I will have to say my purple and black does not allow me to acknowledge that the past couple months. So I'm just waiting for us to hit the back-to-back Summer League championship next month. So that's how I look at it. So I'm just a Kings fan.
Yeah,
You gave us
because
the
I
good
know
look.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Because I know Sacramento Kings are kind of an always underdogs right now. So hopefully there will be some brand new changes to be made, especially for this upcoming next week draft. So
Yeah.
there will be some possibilities, Jeff.
So we got Scott Lee in the comment. Kings, no bandwagon here.
Yes, my dude. Yes. Thank you, sir.
I'll own it.
That's
I don't know
why
if William wants
Scott
to
is
own
always
it.
a huge Sacramento sports fan.
I mean, I'll own it. I don't know, William, if you want to own it. I mean, I'm not so much into basketball, so I'm a bandwagon in sports that I'm not too invested in. So
Yeah,
that's
including baseball too, actually.
Yeah, I'd say that too. Yeah, as well.
Yep.
So just supporting all the teams except the LA team, right? Lakers. Like, let's go Clippers, but no way would we go to Lakers.
Don't forget the LA Dodgers too, because I know I went to the San Francisco Giants game not too long ago, and everyone has gone wild right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those games are always intense as well. I'm also a Dodgers fan too, so there's that.
Oh, I never knew.
Yeah.
A's fan right here because I grew up with the late '80s A's, especially the one where we won the World Series after that little earthquake that I predicted.
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen replays of
Way
that
back
too.
in
Crazy game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lots happened there. Again, if anyone wants to join, the link is on the YouTube and also on Twitter and Facebook. So just feel free to join and just don't turn your camera on if you don't want to too, and give us your thoughts. So let's go ahead and start talking about a couple of things before we get right to the match tomorrow. Actually, before we do, it looks like we have Mr. Fuerza Power join us.
Who is it coming?
I see him down here. I know the screen's still black.
Yeah,
It's probably still loading.
Oh, might still. Oh,
It
there
will
he is
be,
too.
yeah.
Mr. Fuerza.
Oh, hola.
Bienvenidos.
I think he might be frozen. All right, let's see if he. Oh, he's back.
It moved a little.
¿Nos escucha, Mr. Fuerza? Okay, I think he might.
Are you testing your mic right now?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hey, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Oh. I think there's a different Mr. Fuerza.
Sí, sí los escucho.
Okay. Glad to hear
Hola.
that, Mr. Fuerza. Welcome. Whoa.
Okay, this is freaky.
Special effects. Halloween in June. So let's go ahead and talk about a couple of things before again we talk about the match tomorrow. First, I wanted just to go over the new jersey that Czech Republic presented just this week, and that we got a little sneak peek of before. And I know Jared was one of the first to call it, right? And you're even going to place a bet. I mean, you would have had plenty of money to spend in your Monterey trip had that bit
Right,
that been actual, right? But we got a new jersey, right? The City of Trees kit, or third kit, which is going to be featured in 7 matches, and I believe it's going to be 7 home matches, unless I'm mistaken. And yeah,
And of
you guys can
course,
correct me if I'm wrong.
they cap it at 2x. It's got to be a Nike thing as far as not doing 3x or above.
Yeah, it's yeah, it sounds about right. I think I've seen
Yeah,
them
it
do
is
that.
pretty accurate. Yep.
Hmm.
The forest green color, it looks so amazing. Actually, it will be definitely fit from the original Sacramento City of Trees days. Actually,
With the dark green tone, right, and in the background
yeah,
too,
the
just
forest
gray.
green color. Yeah, the forest green light. Yeah, it definitely fits.
I do like the latitude and longitude on the back though. That's a nice little touch right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a nice little detail that they included on there, having that. Oh, the location of Park Hill Park, right? Which I'm assuming this jersey doesn't make it to a new stadium. If that's the case, right? But it's a nice little detail. Yeah, that they did that. Scott said bought it the second it came out. Way better than a Blue City kit.
Hmm.
No,
Let's
I'm still a fan of the Blue City kit just because blue's my favorite color and Cruz Azul and all that. So that's still my favorite third kit as of today. Well, speaking of favorite third kits, what are your guys' favorite third kits today?
So far, this is it as far as my favorite goes. I mean, the blue kit it was all right. I mean, at least acknowledge the city of Sacramento flag. The 5-year anniversary kit, I don't know. It just seemed like same kit but in black. The Quails jersey, I mean, it's good in spirit, but I mean, these all ended up being cursed kits. I just hope
Mm.
that this kit actually leads to something good.
What about you, William?
Well as for the brand new alternative kit, it it looks great actually because I do really like this forest green color, which is definitely a much more resemblance to the actual forest type like because I know because in the past Sacramento is now past they will call the city of trees because everything is all much more forest like way back in the very of in the very beginning actually. So I think this will be likely to fit for that mood for now.
Yeah, and plus it's a new color. It's not one that we've had before, and I'm all for
Yeah.
them doing more of that too. And of course with a significance behind it, right? Not just do a random like orange or something, and it's like, all right, what does that
True.
have to do with
Hmm.
the city too? And so it's good that they're paying homage to the city of trees, right? I
Yes,
mean,
the
it's nice they
original
do those
days
things.
of Sacramento. Hmm.
I'm definitely gonna have to get the flag too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the
That
flag
would be a
flag
good
actually
idea,
looks
Jared.
let's share it here for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, the flag looks really cool.
Yeah,
Um
I seen that part.
flag here, let's
So,
see. It's gonna be yeah, here we go. So
oh,
it's Sacramento City of Trees, the coordinates and the logo in the middle. Although I'm kind of wondering why they took out the star right on the logo,
They've
right?
done that for some recent merchandise. I've noticed as well. So it makes me wonder why did they take the star off that we worked so hard to win in 2014. I mean, it's part of our history. Why are you omitting it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's yeah, I don't understand why that happened. Yeah. Aside from that, yeah, the flag is pretty cool
Hmm.
to have out there. So I'm sure people are gonna be waving it.
And of course, they have a scarf as well. So that's also going to be on the shopping list.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Scarf is also really cool. It's got part of the jersey design too, which is a nice little touch there.
So,
And
mhm.
and then again the incomplete logo right there
Yeah,
too.
which is, hmm it looks great though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it looks really nice. So it's one that everyone will definitely want to get their hands on soon because, as y'all know, sometimes these things are gone if you don't get them within, right, like 2 or 3 matches.
Oh yeah.
If it's a really popular thing, I think the city collection sold out pretty quick. The quail one was a little slower, but we know the circumstance why for that one. But yeah, this one has been doing really good. So
Mm.
all good there. Let's see. Scott saying not a fan of the city of trees, hippie, hipster lineup of shirts, hats, etc.
Oh God.
That is why Sacramento has a diverse of people, because I know because they wanted to be much more like a one wants to be a hipster like feel, and of course, I'm do okay with that though.
Okay. I think we have Mr. Fuerza back.
Oh,
Bienvenidos.
hola again.
Thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be here today with you guys.
Thank you. We're glad to hear that. Mr. Force, I don't know if you got the chance to see the new jersey that was presented, but if you did, what were your thoughts on the new third jersey?
Wow, it's amazing. It's beautiful. I'm just saw the new shirt like 2 days ago, and I really want it. So tomorrow is the day, so I'm gonna buy it tomorrow.
Oh,
Hmm.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is one that it's not going to be around for too long. I know the Quote Kid was around for longer, but I think this is one that's going to be actually sold out by the end of the season. It won't be on clearance like the Quote Kid sadly was, right? Um, but yeah, so Scott's saying that too. I mean, I do like this shirt. I gotta say, this vintage looking shirt. That's awesome. But all the other pieces of merchandise, I thought they were pretty simple, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but like all these here, it's like, all right, I think we could have probably had a design for some of these T-shirts over here, and even the hats look a little too like simple, right? Maybe drop the Sac Republic logo somewhere, but yeah.
And of course, my usual complaint about the shirts, they need to get them in 3X. I think there was like maybe a couple that were in 3X, but I want to see that retro shirt in 3X.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have these, which are the basic ones, right? That are just there. Yeah. Oh man, if they don't have this one, they're missing out. Yeah, they're missing out because this one's gonna sell out. I already know it. I mean,
I
that
like
retro
that
look on
one.
it is nice.
Yeah, that one, it is very a classic. It is kind of very 90s feel, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow, it's weird why they don't have it in 3X. Huh.
Yeah,
Strange.
it is a bummer for some. Yeah.
Yeah, they really should. Let's keep going down here through the comments here. Scott's still waiting on the gold third kit since I wasn't around when the gold hoop lotto kits were around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That was another really nice kit that they need to bring back. At least those colors, right? Bring them back with the Nike look. Imagine like the away kit we had recently, right, with Nike, right? The hoops kit, but in with the gold style. That'd be pretty sweet.
Mm.
Tina, this one is my favorite because of the green.
Hey.
All right, this one.
She, she, she totally loves green.
Yeah, she said she agrees with Scott on not liking the shirts and hats, but do like the jersey. Okay, so it's becoming a theme here with some of us too. On that. Oh, we got Sharon join us on the comments tonight. Hey, Sharon,
Hey,
welcome.
Hey, Sharon.
welcome, Sharon. Welcome.
Sharon said, "My sister wants to take me shopping tomorrow. Jersey? I think so, Sharon. If you can get her to get
Well-
you the jersey."
Well, I think the team
Definitely
store is
online.
closed down. I mean, the in-person store anyway.
Oh,
what
but
just
at the game
happened
tomorrow.
anyway?
I think she says
Oh.
at the game tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say
Okay.
if she's gonna get the jersey, she might as well get it personalized.
Yeah.
Hey.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah, she said we go at the match. Yeah. Get that discount too. All you people who are trying to get it, who are season ticket holders, get your discount because that's a sweet discount. And this jersey is $95. So if you could take advantage of that, then go take advantage of your. I think it's correct me if I'm wrong, Sharon. 20% off, or was that 25? I think it's 20% off.
I think
20?
it's about
I think 20.
15% off, actually. 20? I believe so.
20 would
Okay.
sound more correct.
Yeah, because 25 maybe it might be too might
Way
be
too
sweet of
high,
a deal.
actually.
Yeah.
They really wouldn't do that unless they were like at a discounted rate. But I mean, either way, yeah, the 20% off discount is a pretty sweet thing that the team didn't do another season. So I mean, go get it. I mean, you're gonna save like about $19 if it costs $95. So you'd probably be paying about $76 for a jersey. So that's a pretty sweet discount. So go for it. Scott, the shirts are something I would wear to farmers market with the plaid long sleeve.
Scott's trying to go back to the early '90s with the flannel around the waist.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's 20% off, $76 for season ticket members. Okay, yeah, that's true. I didn't even add tax.
yeah, it is.
$82
It is
after
true.
tax and all that. Yeah. Still pretty sweet price, right? I mean, it's not a price that
Pretty
we've
reasonable
ever paid
price,
for
yeah.
Nike new jerseys. Yeah. So that is that. That's the third kit, and again, it's going to be available at tomorrow's match. And really, I think as long as supply is around, if you don't get it tomorrow, then they might be sold out of a couple of things, maybe the next game. But yeah, I mean, just get your hands on it soon because these are limited edition things too. I don't think they're going to keep ordering these. But again, the team is going to be wearing them they said for 7 matches. They didn't clarify, I think, if it is home matches only or if it's in general the next 7 matches. I'm guessing it's going to be the next 7 home matches, but might be wrong, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would think it's going to be the home matches, given the fact that with all the partnerships that they're doing with this, as far as the City of Trees collection. I mean, if they're partnering with Save Our Water, and then also with the SMUD, and I guess one of the local tree foundations. So I would imagine it'd be more likely the home games that they're going to be wearing these on.
Yeah, definitely so.
So that is that. And let's go ahead and move on to something else here. And this is a news that we found out earlier. Shout out to Jared. Jared told us like the instant that the team shared the news too. But apparently a guy that we were kind of wondering what was going on with him, right? Initially he was injured and then he was back. But Mario Penagos has been officially loaned to MLS Next Pro FC Cincinnati 2, right? FC Cincinnati's B-side. He's going to be there for the rest of the season. So I'm curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think this was a good move, or do you think he should have stayed with the team, or he could have gotten more minutes, or what do you guys think? Let's go first to you, Mr. Fuerza.
Thank you, Luis. I think Mario, he needs more minutes. This is a great chance for him, and this is a great opportunity for him. He can grow up more like, like he has to dedicate a little bit more to the other team. Because Czech Republic, in Czech Republic, he just played a couple minutes, so he needs time. That's what I think. So, but he's gonna grow up more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely needs more playing time. He's still a really young guy, right? So he's still got a lot to prove right before making that jump to having the starter role. So hopefully he gets it, and FC Cincinnati too. How about you, William? What'd you think?
Yeah, everything's so positive for Mario. So I'm very impressed because I know he is so young to be played. So fortunately enough, because he's been working so hard for him and trying to become the much more valuable football player as possible, and finally he did. succeed as well, because I do know because I do know some Republic FC players have been gone play so well before moving to MLS teams, which is for pretty impressive results. Because we know Hayden has been there, done that. Shannon, I don't think it is not Shannon Gomez, because I think he is from the outside MLS side. And of course, I do know Drew. He is playing very well often, and so forth. Yeah, and I'm so excited for Mario as well, because he is going to be the perfect fit guy to be play FC Cincinnati 2 at this point.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the downside of such a positive problem that Republic FC has as far as the depth chart. I mean, we've got so many players that can just jump in to substitute, and unfortunately, that hurts a guy like Mario. I mean, he is hungry for minutes, but unfortunately, minutes are something that he's not been getting lately with Republic FC. But I'm just glad that the front office was able to find a club that is working to succeed and get Mario connected with them. I mean, this is a great opportunity to not only get minutes, but also to get exposure into the MLS. I mean, who knows? Possibly by the time the loan ends with FC Cincinnati 2, they may decide, hey, you know, let's bump them up to the MLS or see what else can be done. So this is a great opportunity for Mario to get some minutes, get some experience, build on the experience that he's had with the Republic FC Academy over the time, and also his minutes he has had with the Republic FC. So this is definitely great for Mario, and I really hope he succeeds. I mean, it'd be great if he comes back to the Republic FC, but right now, all eyes are on him at this moment.
Yeah, and you know, from the announcement here, what we're putting here on the screen, it looks like he's already been with them, right? It looks like they just did the announcement today, but he's already been training with them. If you guys can see that, right? I mean, he's wearing Adidas gear, and it looks like that's a FC Cincinnati training jersey because one of their colors is blue. So it looks like he's already been out there, and he looks happy too. I mean, just judging out the picture too, and I think it's a really great opportunity for him to prove himself. And as much as it would be bittersweet, right? Because of course, if he does good, then likelihood is he's going to be moved up to FC Cincinnati, and then we'll lose out on ever seeing him. At least, you know, for the time being, right now, seeing him back in Sacramento, I think it's good for him because he's a really talented guy from the academies. And if Sharon's on right now, she knows how big of a fan I was of Mario and how much I always wanted Coach to get more minutes. And, you know, unfortunately, he wasn't given more minutes, but we know the situation that we're in right now is actually a pretty good one. And so it was understandable that they would do this move. And, you know, now we're just going to keep a close eye out on him and see how he does over there and wish him the best. And if he doesn't come back to Sacramento and he stays over there, then that means that he definitely did really good with them and all that. So I'm sure he's stoked. I'm sure he's really happy because, you know, you're playing for an MLSP side, and if you do good, you know, no doubt about it, they're gonna bump you up to the first team. So that smile we see on the picture right there of him, that's a real smile right there too. And not because he didn't like being in Sacramento, right? So people don't think that that's the situation, right? But because the guy is genuinely happy that, you know, he's gonna get more playing time and that he might be close to his dream of, you know, making it to MLS and beyond, right? I mean, who knows? He might not even go to the first team. He might make the jump to Europe like a couple of our academy guys have in the past. So good stuff for him, and we can't wait to see how he does.
How long is going to be the loan?
I believe it's going to be for the rest of the season, is what they were saying, and his contract expires at the end of the year, so we'll have to see what happens when he comes back. So that Is that so it looks like, just to clarify that, to acquire on loan with an option through 2022,
Hmm.
which I'm not sure what they option through 2022. I'm assuming it's till the end of the year though. I don't know why they put option through 2020, unless this is a misspell and maybe they meant option through 2023. But
Hmm.
yeah, he'll be there too, which is good because he hadn't. I don't even recall him really playing any minutes. Did he ever play a minute this season, or maybe super early on?
It might have been by way of substitutions if he did get any
Oh,
this year.
okay.
Yeah, exactly right. Mhm.
Yeah, because I don't even recall like league wise, right? Maybe in like preseason friendlies he may have played something, but I don't really recall him playing much. And Tina does make a good point. I mean, he was injured. I'm trying to remember if he got injured like at the beginning of the season or. But
You're right, Tina. I recall that moment.
so that may have affected him, right? In general, is that. Um, Scott says, looks like they have been going with Yaregui. You did a good job. You spelled it right. So
Mhm.
good there.
Yes.
More often. So I'm wondering if that played a role too. That could have been, right? I think coach has been a fan of Rafael for this season, and it's tough, right? I mean, again, you have a lot of competition. We have other academy guys that showed like they could, make it to the bench, right, in preseason. So, and we haven't seen them since those preseason friendlies. So it's tough. I mean, it's one of those seasons where not everyone's gonna get minutes, and the fans are happy, right, because we're seeing a winning team, and that's the thing you have to deal with, right? If you have a winning team, you not all the players are gonna see minutes. That's the reality. So that that is that. So moving on to let's actually move on to the actual game tomorrow and what our rival looks like. So let's take a look at some of the recent Los Dos matches first and how they're going to come to this game. First, let's go here. All right, cool. So if we look at the recent games that they've played, and we'll look here since May, right? They beat Phoenix Rising 3-0. Jared was really happy about that one. I mean, we were all really happy about that one, seeing those beat them there. Then they get beaten 4-0 by El Paso. Oh, and then I have the specials on there. And then they beat Louisville City 4-3, which is really amazing. I still remember when I saw that score, I couldn't believe that
Mm.
they beat Louisville, which for those of you who don't know, they are one of the top teams in USL without a doubt in recent years. And yeah, that team is something else. So they beat them, and then they get beaten 5-0 against Memphis, and then Oakland beat them 1-0, tied against San Diego 2-2, beat RGB at RGB 1-0. Granted, RGB did have a red card. Then lost against Colorado Springs at home 3-1, and then beat Monterey Bay 3-2 this past Wednesday, actually just a couple of days ago. And tomorrow they play against us. So they're coming off a recent win, and then they lost the past weekend, but they won the previous weekend. So it's kind of a little bit of everything. But this is a team that, I mean, if we just look at the scores right since May, you don't know what to expect. They could either they could beat you and maybe just barely, or you could end up beating them 4-0 or 5-0, right? So what are your guys' thoughts on their match fit?
I've been seeing every matches between Sacramento Republic FC against LA Galaxy 2 games over the past several seasons, and yes, LA Galaxy 2 are very tough competitors every time because I know they've got a lot more better ideas and lots of ideas, including pinpoints, and giving a much more and giving a much more of a better strategizing at this point. So as for this season, however, it's kind of like a highs and lows of wins and losses. So in that case, because I know the LA Galaxy 2 will be having its final season right now. So hopefully, I'm sure Sacramento will be likely to to win that feat over Galaxy 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if we look at the table, right now they're sitting in seventh place. They're one of the teams that has the most games played.
Hmm.
Let's take that into consideration too, right? But they're just
Yeah.
1 point behind us. 3 more games than we've played. They got 6 wins, 3 ties, 7 losses. So again, this is a team that could win or lose too. They're so one or the
Yeah.
other. What do you
Yeah.
think, Mr. Fuerza, on how does Los Dos look like?
Well, for me, it looks like it's going to be an interesting game for tomorrow. But LA Galaxy, it's always amazing. They are a really good game. Team. But in my opinion, Czech Republic, they has the opportunity tomorrow because normally on this season, they playing well and they playing better than at home. If they have to visit Los Angeles Galaxy to their town, probably they will lose. So, but this time, Czech Republic they playing really well at home. So we wanna win tomorrow.
Yeah, this is probably one of the most storied rivalries in Republic FC's history. It has never been an easy time between both teams. Of course, we can recall the game at then Bonnie Field, where once Galaxy 2 had beaten us, Diop, the goalkeeper, gave a bird exhibition to the home crowd by throwing the middle bird, especially to the fans. So this has definitely been a strong rivalry, aside from the I-80 derbies that we've seen in the past. So is this going to be a close game? More than likely, it's going to be difficult to judge. I mean, especially given the fact that they've gone from barely beating opponents to getting smoked like a ham hocks. So it's really up in the air. I mean, I really hope that Republic FC end up crushing them. I mean, this is only the first of 2 visits with the LA Galaxy 2 this season, because once again, like William said, this is Los Dos' final season in the USL Championship before they move on to MLS Next Pro. So let's give them a good parting present of a pair of L's.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, this is going to be the last time that we see LA Galaxy 2 at home. We do visit LA Galaxy 2 later on towards the end of the season, but this is the last time that I'll ever be visiting Sacramento, and so it's going to be a special one because we know that this team is a part of Sac Republic history, right? It's a team that we we managed to do a comeback against for that first championship title, and it was a special rivalry for everyone who knows, right? 2014 and 2015 and even 2016. This was the team, right? Before Reno came around, Los Dos was the original rival that everyone wanted to beat, right? Hashtag beat LA. And so, yeah, but Mr. Fuerza makes a good point too. I mean, they are a tough rival. We've seen them, right, in previous years at home. They've given us really tough matches, right? And if you recall last season, we had a couple of ties against them. Although, of course, last season we had ties upon ties and all that too. And if I remember correctly, I think last season, and Sharon, if Sharon's on right now, I think they beat us, right? If I remember correctly, that's the game that you treated me to BIP. It was your birthday game, if I recall right. And actually, it was Los Dos that I remember. And so we don't have so much fond memories of the last time they visited Harhall Park. So there is that right there. But another good point, right, Mr. Fuerza, like we had a good record at home so far. So this is a completely different season than other seasons. So we're hoping that the team carries on and does that too. But they do have to be wary that, there's a team that you don't know what to expect from them because they could either win or they could lose by a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
difficult team to look at.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look at now some of our recent matches and how we come to this game and what form. Recently, as y'all know, we had a really great away win at Detroit 2-0. Probably the best away game we've had this season. Before that, we beat San Antonio 1-0, and we all know how great that felt to beat the then first place team at the time. And then before that, we tied against Oakland at Oakland 1-1. If you count the cup, we beat San Jose 2-0. And then before that, we lost against El Paso 1-0. And that is actually the last time that we've ever lost, right? So basically, as of tomorrow, especially if we don't lose tomorrow, we're going to have a month without ever seeing the team actually lose. So good thing to be able to say. And then before that, Jared's still celebrating 2-0 beating Phoenix in the cup. And 1-0 win that Jared got to experience at New Jersey against the Red Bulls 2, 1-0. And we tied 0-0 against New Mexico. So we've only had one loss really in quite a while. And even before that, we lost against RGB Toro. So basically, as long as we're not traveling to Texas, I wouldn't really worry too much. But still, they need to be on high alert because it could only last for so long. We're hoping it lasts the whole season, that we don't lose at home, but it can only last so long. So, what are you guys' thoughts on our form?
I say this season for Sacramento Republic FC, they are very impressively good because if they are keeping up those old ones, including adding some brand new ones, they've been well balanced together very well, and I'm sure they will be going through that much more easier, including the potential the race for the Open Cup matches, which will be happening beginning this Tuesday. Although it will be much more competitive at this time.
I think one of the questions is, do you guys think that if we don't win tomorrow, that could affect us on Tuesday? Do you think that tomorrow's game could be critical for how we approach Tuesday's game?
Well, earlier because I know some LA Galaxy 2 matches are kind of been easily to feed with the Sacramento, but I know this will be the biggest test to be faced of the actual LA Galaxy because I know you are having some of those top quality excellent players, including a well-known Spanish player because he has been dominant on every goal so well. Yeah, it will be a very tough match at this time. So only time will tell, actually.
Oh, so it looks like Mr. Forza has to leave the show right now. So Mr. Forza, before you go, give us your prediction for the game again tomorrow.
Oh, wow. My prediction for tomorrow is going to be the next one. Sac Republic 3, LA Galaxy 0.
Oh, that'd be good.
It would be a good idea.
Douglas is going to score 2.
Ooh, that would be great.
Okay.
Dougie scoring 2.
That would be an interesting idea.
Especially headed to Tuesday's game. If he scores, he's gonna be like, all right, like bring on the first team, right?
Yeah, the real ones.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mr. Forza, for joining the show tonight.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Luis. Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Adios.
Adios.
Yeah, so to talk about just what would happen if that occurred with Dougie scoring or any other player for that matter, right? I mean, it's quite the motivation to go against the next team.
Yeah. I mean, this with how these matches are scheduled, with us taking on Los Dos tomorrow and then the Big Galaxy on Tuesday, it's like a video game. I mean, we're taking care of the first stage, and then a couple days later we have the big boss fight.
Yeah, it's so funny, right? It's like the ironies of scheduling that this would just happen that way. It's like, wow, interesting. I don't know if it's ever happened that you play a B team and then literally just 3 days later you play their A team, but you know we'll take it too. But I do think that it just makes it that much more important that you beat their B team, because that could take a hit on your mentality approaching Tuesday's game if you can't beat their B team. So
Yeah.
with that being said, this is my question that I pose to you guys and anyone who's watching right now. Feel free to leave your comments on this too. But do you guys think coach should leave some of the usual starters in the bench, or maybe all the usual starters, and just put a lot of the bench players, considering that they are going to be playing in just a matter of a couple of days on Tuesday, that match? Or what do you guys do? Because again, I just mentioned how important it is to make sure that you ideally get the win at home, but definitely not lose tomorrow.
Well, I would say what will probably end up happening is coach will probably not use all the starters, because you got to have some rested for Tuesday. So I would definitely say a couple of the bigger names will end up starting, and then you'll have some of those that are either just recovered or just getting back in, or those that haven't had a whole lot of minutes. You'll probably see a lot of them starting in the match. Like, you'll probably see Malik Foster start. You might see Nick Ross put him some additional minutes. Rafa, I would say at least a substitute, if not maybe a starter. But I really think that some of the bigger names are going to be resting. Of course, Roro's not available given the yellow card and accumulation, so more than likely we're going to see him start on Tuesday. So that's going to give him some good rest, some good time with the family. And yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be half and half as far as starters starting tomorrow versus Tuesday. But what do you say about your prediction, William?
Yeah, I agree with you.
We got Connor joining us. Sorry,
I know 50-50.
sorry, William.
Oh, hang on, William.
I just wanted to say,
there, Connor. Welcome.
we have Connor joining us too. Hey, Connor, thanks for joining. Happy match week. Yes. All right, sorry, you can keep going, William.
Yeah, I agree with Jared, because I know it is a 50-50, because I know the most important part, because I know Roro has received a yellow card recently. So hopefully, yes, he will need to take a match season off for tomorrow. So he will be perfectly fit to be playing against the real LA Galaxy at this time, in my opinion, though.
And we got Tina saying another win is bound to build morale. She thinks a mixture of both starters and bench players, and also she says, think Rafa, Foster, Cuello, and Souza see more time. They definitely should see more time. I mean, those are four guys
definitely.
that we haven't seen for too long. And Cuello has a particular situation here against Los Dos, because he actually played with Los Dos and with LA Galaxy 1. I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but he actually was with both the LA Galaxy teams. So, maybe he's got some inside knowledge on their game strategy and all that too. But yeah, another moment where a player plays against their ex team. It's like we've been having these moments. Like, it almost seems like in every game there's a circumstance where you have that too. And we're gonna have a bunch more. So y'all get ready, because playing Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Danny V's former team. We're playing Ludon. We're gonna see hopefully Hayden make an appearance back at Hargall Park. So those are just some that are coming soon. So should be interesting ones too. But yeah, I think man, it's a difficult thing. I mean, in my opinion, I think that our bench players are capable of getting the win tomorrow. Should coach decide to rest most of the starters, and so I think if I was coach, I would actually put a lot of the players who haven't been starters, right? Some of the ones here that Tina mentioned. Definitely give them the opportunity to start this match, and I'm confident that they're gonna do good too, because these are just guys that haven't had playing time, but they're pretty good, and we know that when they get subbed in, they give it their all. So definitely players that should be there too, and of course we're probably gonna see Luther play as well, probably in the starter role. So it'll be interesting to see what strategy he has tomorrow. But again, it's a tough thing, right? What do you do? Because both options have good reasons behind them, right? You could rest your players because you're going to play on Tuesday, or you could have a regular team that has most of the starters because you just want to make sure that you put that statement out there that you beat the B team before you play the A team. And again, like Tina mentioned, also to build morale. So it's tough. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be coach right now because he's got a big dilemma for tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
I'm
it's the
sure.
last game against those at home. So there's that too.
Yeah, exactly right. Because I'm sure hopefully Mark Briggs can be able to handle this situation out because he knows how to plan this accordingly to be battle against LA Galaxy 2, including the real LA Galaxy for a Tuesday night match. Yes, it is going to be a very tough.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But when you guys see that starting 11 get announced, we're gonna have a good idea what the strategy is behind the game tomorrow. But we shall see.
Mm.
Well, speaking of some of those players, I got a question for you guys and everyone watching this too right now. As far as the goalkeeper goes, do you bring in Danny V, or do you bring back Carlos? What do you guys got?
Well, in the past few games, it became always a Danny V. So for this tomorrow's match, I think Carlos will be likely to come back to play because he hasn't been played on that game for so long since the very beginning of the season. So hopefully, I think he will be likely to be available to play against LA, a Galaxy 2, in my opinion, because he might be handling on some of those well-known Spanish players across from LA Galaxy 2 players. That way, it will be handled very very well often. So that will be that will be my guess, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Carlos on this one. I mean, Danny V has been excellent. I mean, he's had quite a few clean sheets, as we discussed on our previous interview. But I think this is a good time that Carlos get some minutes. I mean, not to say that's let me start backward. I know we can't re-edit it, but I would personally, I would prefer to have Danny V available for the match on Tuesday, but I like to see Carlos get minutes in this match. Not to say that we're just going all second or third string or anything like that. I mean, Carlos is definitely not second or third string. I mean, he is definitely up there. I mean, he has definitely fought his way to get higher notoriety in the goalkeeping crew. So I think this is definitely a great time for Carlos to start, to take on the future of the LA Galaxy. So I say Carlos for tomorrow and Danny V for Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, another tough call for coach. I think tomorrow too as well, in addition to just in general, who's going to be starting in the game tomorrow. But I think I'm also with you guys and Carlos, but I gotta say, if the game wasn't on Tuesday and if it was more on Wednesday, right, as most of the other Cup games were, I probably would have been like, you know what, I think Danny V both games, but being that it's just so close to one another, and on top of that, you have to add travel time. I'm sure they're probably gonna travel sometime Sunday, right? And so
Yeah, after the game
it's
ends, yes.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot on the players and all that too. And so for that reason, I'd give it to Carlos for this one. Although, again, I think it's a tough call for coach because although yes, the game is gonna be on Tuesday, Danny V has been in just an amazing form. He's just coming off a clean sheet away, playing at Detroit, which is it's just never easy to even get a win there, and let alone get a clean sheet. So it's tough. It's tough. You kind of wish both of them would be okay. Or you kind of wish Danny B did first half, Carlos did second half, and split the game, right? But realistically, unless there's an injury, which hopefully that never happens, right? But I don't see that happening.
No, it won't happen.
So we got Scott saying maybe rest like Roro, Luis Felipe, and maybe a Dan Casey or Lee Desmond. Oh yeah, Roro's gonna be out because of yellow card accumulation.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but Robo will be available for Tuesday because that's not a league match.
Yeah. Oh yeah, luckily. Oh man, luckily. It's not one that we would want him not to be in. He needs to be in that match.
Yes, absolutely.
And then
Including Luis Felipe too, because he has some yellow cards in the past games though.
Oh yeah, he could. He'll get a rest from yellow cards there. Although I maybe would probably sub him in though, depending on the circumstance of the match. Keep him in the bench, but if we're losing, you got to sub him in. There's no way around that. And please, coach, do it early too, because if we're losing, you want to make sure those subs come in. I think 60th minute at the latest, right? But definitely sub in Luis Felipe if he starts on the bench and we're losing. I think if we're winning, maybe sub him in the last 5 minutes, right? And it's going to be more to waste time than anything else. But yeah.
Yeah, none of these 82 or 84 minute substitutions. I mean, we've got to get substitutions done earlier than that.
I agree. Even if we're winning, actually, now that I think about it, because if you are winning, great, right? Especially if we're just winning by 1 goal, it's like, let's get another goal. Let's make sure that we can get that win like earlier and actually be more happier, right? That we're actually winning by a lot. Scott says, Danny V, we need 3 points, and ain't like keepers are running for 90 minutes. He'll be fine for Tuesday. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they're not like running and all that too, but I think given the travel, since they traveled to Detroit as well, right? And that was a big travel for them. It just takes a toll, I would think, right?
You also got to remember, yes, they may not be running up and down the field, but like Danny, he's the man dives and stretches his body into all sorts of weird contortions, and it's ultimately going to take a toll. So, I really don't want him playing both Saturday and Tuesday. Yes, 3 points are great, and we definitely want to keep that unbeaten home streak alive. But Danny is no robot. No, he may appear to be, but really he's not. He's gonna take some aches and pains from Saturday, and we need to make sure he's on top condition for Tuesday. So I don't see Danny starting for both matches.
He said an hour flight. Really, these men can handle an hour Southwest flight, I'm sure. Well, I think I was referring more to the Detroit flight, really, than
yeah. But even then, if you've got long legs like some of us do, even an hour flight can kind of wear on the legs.
And goalkeepers have long legs, right?
Exactly.
That, right? But I think it's more in general just to give him some rest and allow him to make sure that he doesn't get injured, right? Because that would be a big panic if he got injured and you get Carlos, who hasn't really played much. So I think it's more just to watch out for any potential injuries, right? Because we are playing against their B team, and I'm not saying that anything bad, or they could have like bad intentions, right? But we are playing their B team, and then we play their A team. So maybe they might be like, hey, if you wanna, if you get a red card, we'll be okay, right, with that. But just try and see if you can get as much injuries as you can, guys, right? And we'll bump you up to the first team. I don't know, who never knows, right? But you got to be careful, right? Because it's the same team. It's just the B team, and then it's the A team. So never know. Anything can happen there. But yeah, so we'll see who coach ultimately decides to go with. But man, it's gonna be a hard decision to figure out what to go with. Let's go ahead and take a look at, and I know, Jared, you and I already kind of mentioned them, but let's hear it from some of our audience on here if you want to leave your comment, and from William here as well. Predictions. What's your predictions, and who do you got scoring first?
I am going to say 3-1 Republic. First one to score.
Let's see if you get it right, if you remember. 3-1 was right. You said that before, so.
Yeah, 3-1. And God, what was it I was trying to say? To be honest, I can't remember who I said, and I'm probably going to be wrong on the prediction.
I was going to say, if you want a hint, I don't even have to say a name. I could just go tan 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 tan.
Oh yes, Dami Viader. Yes.
I agree with it. Yeah, because I think Dami will get his first goal. Because I've seen his last game earlier. He tore up the stage very well. So right now, I think my score opinion is going to be very different actually, but I'm guessing it could be 2-1 because Sacramento wins.
When you say first goal at home, right? That's what you're saying? Like
Yeah,
his first
definitely.
goal? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten one at home yet, so I mean he's on a run. Hopefully he gets it from the last one. So 2-1. It looks like people agree with you as well, William. And 2-1 is a pretty popular
nice,
choice.
Tina.
Tina says 2-1. Actually 2-1 Republic if Carlos is goalkeeper, but 2-0 if Danny V is in goal. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
All right. In
Tina.
that case, Coach, please make sure Danny V starts.
On the second half, actually, so he will be needed as necessary.
Yeah. And
That looks like
Scott saying 2-1 Dan Casey headed from a corner.
Yes, I think Dan Casey can be also a possibility because he is a great Irish player to play soccer, because he is going to be better to be receiving a goal.
And lately, Scott has been the Nostradamus of the podcast crew, so it wouldn't surprise me if it does end up being 2-1 and Dan Casey getting the first goal. So, for those of you located in legal sports gambling states, you might want to listen to Scott.
That's true.
Because
Oh man,
he knows everything.
if he gets it right, Scott, you got to give us your prediction for the game on Tuesday, and we're all gonna be pretty happy if you say it win. But if you don't say, then we'll just be prepared for whatever you say, Scott. So that'll be something else too, and he's gonna be at the game too. So
Yeah.
making sure that the prediction happens too. Tina said, "Got to keep his clean sheets." Yeah, he's got to keep him clean because he doesn't have a washer right now. So, got to make sure they're they're clean.
Yeah.
He's not gonna go to the laundry mats right now. He wants to, or he's not gonna buy one either too. So, make sure those sheets stay clean. Well, as far as mine, I said 2-0. I think regardless of who's the goalkeeper, but I just said 2-0. And then first goal scorer I had as Gecko. as getting the first one too, you know. So looks like a lot of us have that either 2-0, 2-1 scoreline. I mean, Jared gives us an extra goal, which is great. 3-1 would be even more fantastic. But yeah, looks like we're all pretty optimistic about this one, and just hope that we get the win. Because again, it's going to be really important. It's 3 points, but it's more than 3 points because of the team that we're going to be playing on Tuesday, and because it happens to be the same team as well.
Right.
I mean, the B team.
A different side. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that just makes it more important, right? It's like if we've been playing against, I don't know, Lights, Colorado. Yeah, if you lose, you're not going to have that morale, that form, but you lose against this team, their A team's going to know, right? Because they know how their B team does. And then it's like, how do you even approach that game, right? After a loss, that could take a hit on the players. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's why tomorrow is going to be so important. And if you get a tie, I don't even know if a tie is going to help you either too, right? I mean, of course it's better than losing, but still I think morale wise, if you tie against them and then you play against their A team, that could be tough.
But even then, a tie tomorrow will still be in decent morale, because obviously keeping the unbeaten streak at home intact. Of course, obviously a loss is going to be a major hit for everyone involved on our side. But we just have to focus on getting those 3 points against the B squad, and then just elevating that for Tuesday against the senior club.
So Connor mentioned something that we hadn't considered, right? But he says lose intentionally, so the first team takes us lightly.
Dude!
Oh my gosh!
That's
Are
a
you
good
sure about
point.
that, Connor?
Sir, they're already going to take us lightly. Have you not seen my reel?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the real you did too. Actually, that was great too that you did that. But I mean, that's a good point. They could take us even more lightly, right? Because they might be like, oh, sure, B team beat them, then we could put the same guys against them, and they're gonna do the job too, right? So.
Oh,
Beat them and they're gonna see us as the serious side.
Quite a bit interesting.
Got us thinking, or at least got me thinking here, Connor. I don't know. I guess that's taking it on the positive note. If we lose, that's gonna be my reason, right? Like, all right, on the bright side.
I'm sorry, Connor, but I can't dance to that. I cannot.
Of course, that's our excuse if we lose, right? I'm just saying to take something positive out of a lot. Look, chess, not checkers, fellas.
Oh yes.
It's gonna move.
Yep, it is true, Connor. It is true, because a game of chess, yes, there are so many chances out there.
I mean, I totally get the board game reference, but just like a slice of pizza Patron, it's not putting a good taste in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I guess it also depends how much we lose by, right? Of course, if we lose like 4-0, which I think a couple of years back I remember us losing pretty badly at home against Los Dos, then that might be something different, right? But if you lose like, I don't know, 2-1 or 3-2, just something like that, I guess you could say, all right, it was close, but we lost, and there's that. But yeah. Well, guys, we now have a reason. If we lose, we now have something we could say. It's not there. See, now he said, "Now get a win no matter what." I'm kidding. All right, he's just. Well, you give us a good reason either way, Connor. I mean, if we lose, that's the reason I'm taking. That's my excuse already. If we lose, I'm using Connor's reason.
Any more like that, Connor, and you're going to be buying my next bottle of antacids at Walgreens. Because I can't find the Alka-Seltzer gum anywhere anymore.
Oh, but did they stop making it or what?
Probably. That's usually the case with a lot of things. They find something that works excellently and they decide to stop making it. It's not the first time, and it probably won't be the last.
Yeah. Tina says, "What's Connor's prediction?" Yeah, what's your prediction, Connor? And first goal scorer. Connor says, "I'll DoorDash it to you." Yeah, there you go.
Food delivery order. Why not?
Either that or bring it to the match on July 16th.
During the California State Fair, yes.
I'll probably need it then with the turkey legs, the bacon wrapped asparagus, all the good stuff over there. I'll probably need it then.
Oh, update.
Bring it
Connor
early.
said. Update. Connor said 2-0.
Oh, 2-0 and Zico is the score.
Zico could be the first goal.
Another
Z-Man.
2-0.
Z-Man.
Another.
Okay.
He's got another 2-0 just like I do too as well, and halfway Tina. Depends on the circumstance, but yeah, that's a lot of us got that too. I guess it's Los Dos, so it only makes sense that you got Dos in the in the score lane.
Los
Right,
dos equals 2-0.
Yeah, he makes. Yeah, Connor said he's due. He really
Yes,
is due.
he is.
Z-Man
He is.
due,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Absolutely.
Tina needs to celebrate too, right, Tina? I mean, we know Z-Man is her favorite, so you know she needs to be able to, you know, I just prove it to Sharon that Z-Man could score and he's a good player. So I know if he scores, Tina's gonna be messaging Sharon, and there's gonna be a lot of back and forth going there.
She's gonna be dropping. She's gonna be dropping the Zorro gifts. That.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That should be a celebration if he scores, right? Just like do a with the,
Yeah, could do that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool actually. Yeah, if he does that too, yeah. If
He'll
she's
probably
right,
get more time
yeah.
too. Yep.
Yeah. More than likely, yeah. I could see that. Yeah. She agrees with that. She's gonna So Sharon, if you're watching us right now, yeah. If that happens, just be ready for that.
Oh, final comment.
Connor is heading out. Thank you, Connor, for joining us here. We really appreciate it.
Thanks again, Connor.
Thank you so much, Connor. Thank you for joining.
And if you guys haven't seen the breakaway too, this week, I gotta say, Connor, you guys did an amazing job. I mean, the 3 podcast episodes in 1 week. That's really awesome. And it was like Tuesday to Thursday, every day one. So really great stuff.
And one of them in Espanol as well.
Yes, that was great. I like that you guys did that too, for all of our Spanish speakers. And you know, we're gonna be doing the same with Dougie sometime this season. And as I mentioned privately, I'm gonna have Sharon and Jared actually say the questions in Spanish. And you guys, if you guys have to like do Google Translate on the side to be able to say things to Dougie, then you gotta do what you gotta do. But you know, if you guys are gonna be on there, it's gotta be all Spanish for the most part. So I mean, I'm not gonna say everything because I'm not gonna make you say República, Sacramento República, FC, but
I'll give it a shot. I mean, I've watched, a lot of Spanish programming. Heard a lot of Spanish. I mean, I grew up not that far from Franklin Boulevard in South Sacramento, so I'll definitely give it the old college try.
Yeah, Connor said,
exactly right.
I'm exhausted. Yeah, I know how it is. Yeah, when you record a lot of podcasts in 1 week, it's a lot, especially editing and publishing. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes that we do as well with the podcasts, and then with producing as well that I have to go through. And so, yeah, it's a lot, but it's great. It's a really worthwhile thing because then people listen to it. You guys get the chance to do that, and we get to help grow the sport in our area. So keep up the good work with that. All right, well, one last thing, let's go ahead and take a look at the USL standings. How are things faring for us tomorrow? Oh, it looks like Connor's got another one. All great, but 3 wore me out. All right, see you guys. All right.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, see you.
Get
see you,
well
Connor.
rested, Connor. I'm sure it will be interesting game tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. So yeah, let's go ahead and again take a look at the USL standings. Let's see here. All right. So taking a look at the Western Conference, we got Colorado still in first place with 30 points. You got San Antonio trying to be back in first, also with 30 points. New Mexico in third place with 25 points. San Diego Loyo, same amount of points. El Paso, 1 point less. We're just 3 points behind New Mexico and San Diego, and then again behind us, 21. And then as you keep going down the list, again, teams have more games than we do, so I wouldn't see them so much as a threat to us, right? Unless we start falling and we lose the next 2 games, then that might be, a thing that you start to worry. But we are one of the few teams that has lesser games. I mean, there's Colorado that has 12, but most of the other teams on the table have more games than we do. So we're in a pretty good spot. You get a win tomorrow against Los Dos, and you actually tie San Diego in matches played and in points. And not only that, you go above El Paso as well. So we could potentially scale up and be tied for third place, because New Mexico also has 25 points if we win in tomorrow's game. So lots of things, right? One, you win, and only if you win, you're also just 5 points away from first place, right? So we're getting to that point where we could be in that top 3 zone, and we're just 3 points away from that. What do you guys think?
I mean, this is definitely a good chance for us to gain ground. I mean, to not only get insurance points to put us further ahead of LA Galaxy, but also Phoenix Rising as well. I mean, they're definitely in the middle of a funk, especially having lost 1-0 this past weekend. I believe it was to Birmingham, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. But also you have some of the other teams, such as Oakland. They're still in draw land. And also RGB Toros, Las Vegas Lights. They're still lost. I mean, they're trying to gain some ground. Orange County, I think they're maybe 2 steps away from the grave. And Monterey Bay, they're. Yeah,
what just happened to Monterey Bay anyway? Because I know in the past, in the beginning, they seem to be pretty well, but right now they because I know they're brand new here. But the only thing is there are some highs and lows at this point.
Yeah, they definitely had the high by beating Louisville. I mean that I needed a couple new pairs of drawers. When I saw that score came out, I mean. How do you beat a big name like Lou City and then end up just losing left and right? I mean, it's a quandary with them. But once again, we have to remember this is their first year. They're going to have some freakish moments like beating Lou City and then just getting bombarded with goals. So it's going to be a good match next Saturday. I'll put it that way. But I'm hoping that somehow we can get some victory calamari out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be good. And I think Monterey, they're a brand new team. And with brand new teams, I mean, sometimes you get lucky and you get a team that is actually up there fighting for a playoff spot or even top 5, right? Just like we saw Oakland last season, right? They managed to make a run in the playoffs and they got pretty far, right? Considering they were a new team in USL specifically. And so I think it's the same situation with Monterey, and maybe a little different than it was for Oakland, because Oakland, if we remember, they were already like a NISA, right? This is already a team. And I don't know how many players made the move. I imagine there were a couple of players from that squad that maybe also made the move, but Monterey is like completely new established club, right? Players who've never played with each other, and there's players that they've just recruited from all around too. So not the same as when you have other teams that are well established, that already have everything together. But with them, and also I think another thing that really affected them was that they started playing mostly away matches, right? I think
Yeah.
last month is when they played their first game, right, at Monterey. Just I think maybe last month.
Yeah.
And so-
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, because they barely got Cardinal Stadium up and running. I know they had to do a lot of renovations to get it up to standards, and then also add a few things here and there. But yeah, having that length of a season, just playing all away games, it's really going to take it out of you because you really don't have much of a support network like supporter groups, fans, helping you out. Like a lot of clubs are used to around the start of the season, but also the fact that Rafi Diaz getting injured, that really took a lot of wind out of Monterrey's sails to kind of use a local analogy for that. But thankfully, he's on the mend. He's actually going to be home during that match because I did ask if he was going to make it out for that match, but. Understandably, he's going to be home recuperating, and we certainly hope a speedy recovery for our officer Rafi.
Oh yeah, we
Mhm.
definitely
Yep.
hope for that because we want to see him back out there. I mean, I remember the injury, and yeah, it's a shame, right? Because he was the starter, and he was doing really good with them, and then that happens. But I'm sure he'll be back. He'll be stronger than before, just as he was with us, right? If you guys recall.
Oh yeah,
When he got injured and he
Exactly
came back
right. Sure.
even better too. But yeah, so I think that situation with Monterey, right? I mean, they're a win or lose team, just like Phoenix too, right? I mean, look at them; they have 7 wins, 0 ties, and 7 losses. So they're a team
Whoa.
that you don't really know what can really happen, right? On one side or the other. And then you have Oakland Roots, that is the king of ties with with 8 ties
Yeah.
there, and a lot more games than everyone else too. I think they're probably the number 1 team with most games played. I think, yeah. Even just in general in the league, no one's played 17 games but them, and that's a lot of games played. And they might just be 2 points behind us, but they have 4 more games played than we do. So they're in a rough position too, and Monterey is as well, right? And
that
Orange
goal
County
differential.
too. Oh yeah,
That goal differential for Monterey. Ouch.
yeah,
It is.
Negative 16.
yeah. That is pretty bad.
True.
And then you got Orange County, right? The defending champions.
Yeah.
12 plays too, and yeah, I don't know exactly what happened to him there, but
It is definitely a reverse Drake for them. Started up here. Now we at the bottom, or nearly.
yeah. So that is what you got there too, and yeah, I mean we're in a pretty good position though. I mean,
Oh yeah.
6
Yeah,
wins.
definitely.
We're just 2 wins away from tying our last season, right? If you guys want to look just for perspective here, last season, let's see, right here. Granted, of course, last season they broke down the Western Conference, right? But if we just look at ours, right? I mean, we had 8 wins last season. This season we already have 6 wins, so
Yeah,
good.
because I
It's
know
really good.
last season. Yeah, because I know there is a significant differences here. Because I know last season Phoenix Rising is doing very very good right now, but right now this season it is completely strangely different. Things have gone highs and things have gone low.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely a major factor on that has to be the fact that Asante is no longer with the club but playing for Indy 11 now.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's good. I still
Yeah.
don't know why they let him go. It's crazy.
Unexpectedly, yes.
I'm not complaining.
Oakland Roots. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, me neither. Too. I mean, it's it's good that they screwed up there, but it's just kind of weird that they let him go. It's like makes you question like what happened there. like
Yeah.
like he was their star player. That without that guy, now we're seeing the real Phoenix. Like that guy was the engine of the team. You take him out and now look, they either win or they lose, but they don't tie. They win or lose, loses. And if they lose by a lot.
Yes.
Because they don't want to hear the name New Mexico. Do not say New Mexico in Arizona. Do not say that.
Well,
Right?
of course.
Jared knows.
Well, of course, now that Real Monarchs is no longer in the league, they really don't have much of a Four Corners Cup to play with. Now it's just a Three Corners Cup.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's not that much other than New Mexico, and then who's the other one? El Paso, maybe?
No, Colorado Springs. That would be the other corner.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Because you figured the Four Corners would be Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you got the switchbacks there. Yeah, that's interesting. So that's how the table's looking like, and it's good. I mean, look at our losses. Only 3 losses. All the other teams around us, you got 6, you got 7, 5, 8, 10 with Monterey at the bottom there, and the top teams, right? Colorado and San Antonio, they have 2 and 3, and they haven't tied either too. So
True.
2 losses, 3 losses. So, I mean, I know matches played are right there, but I think at this point we should be a 3rd place team. So even 2nd place, we should be right there already. If only USL did a good job and not make some teams play more than others. If anyone ever hears why they do that, please let me know. And I'm sure eventually I'm gonna ask them the question, like why do you guys not properly plan your calendars out and you got teams that have like 2-3 more games than your own team?
It's probably a numbers game. I mean, hell, we're going to be playing Monterey a total of 3 times. I mean, twice on the road and once in Sacramento. So, I mean, those could very well be gimmies. So, if those are just straight gimme matches the rest of the season against Monterey, then I'll take it.
Yeah,
Not a
why
bad
not?
team to play
It will
against
work
3
out.
times, right?
Mhm.
But if we had to pick one, we'd be like, yeah, let's play against Monterey 3 times. Right? Well, that's what we say right now, right? I mean, let's see how next Saturday's game goes and how August game goes over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we'll see, right? They might get the last laugh and then might be like, maybe we shouldn't have played Monterey. Maybe it should have been Las Vegas Lights, which, by the way, are back at the bottom right there. Granted, they get a win, they're going to be back in playoff territory, so they're not doing so bad, right, this season like other ones.
They are doing a little better than last year, but who knows? Maybe that world record water balloon fight will boost the morale for the team.
It may be so. Yeah.
Have they had any crazy promotions? Have you heard any of them?
Well, that's one they have coming up. They're trying to have a world record attempt for world's largest water balloon fight.
What's the record, you know?
I have no idea, but I kind of wish they did that here in Phoenix because we're already going to be up into the 110s or at least 105 tomorrow.
Hey, ouch. Yeah. Well, if they did one there, though, I feel like by the time that you grab the balloon, the water would have probably spilled out, right?
Probably.
You probably wouldn't be able to even throw it because you'd be like, oh, I'm just throwing it.
My guess, they'll probably do it at halftime, and then of course it's going to delay starting the second half because they're having to pick up any random balloons, just like with the cash gun last year, how they had to kind of delay it a little bit to 1, get everybody untangled, and 2, to get some of the major debris off the field.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was that was right. And not only that, right, but also the incidents that happened right around that because it's money.
I'm gonna have to see what their promotional calendar for August looks like, so that way I can be prepared for when I go to the Republic FC match there in Las Vegas on August 20th.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, what they're gonna have? Do you think maybe they already have the?
They'd probably
The
have it on the.
promotion.
They'd probably have it directly on the Las Vegas Lights FC website.
Yeah, why not?
Let's see what. I'm really curious what that will be like too.
I know they're having a lot of promotions where if you shop at certain businesses, spend a certain amount, you can get a free ticket or free kids tickets. I've seen they've done pizza packs with Papa John's, which I think is a garbage idea because it involves garbage pizza. I mean, I know it's my bias, but I'm sorry. Even Little Caesars is better than Papa John's.
It looks like I guess they don't hook it.
Yeah.
No, they should have the promotional schedule.
Or is it maybe different?
Yes. Yeah, go to hover over schedule. Okay.
Papa John's ticket. It's
If it's
Yeah,
not
go-
there,
Yeah, try the single game tickets.
look, that image looks so nice too, right? But the
yeah, the field's a little bit similar to the Reno 1868 baseball field, which is closely similar to it.
Yeah, I mean, granted, Cashman Field was a baseball field, but then they saw down the foul poles. I mean, they still have the dugouts that they still use, though.
Yes, definitely.
oh, they have the famous Toyota row, right? Where
Yeah.
they take. I guess it's got to be a Toyota car, apparently, right?
Well,
From what it
they
looks like.
they also have kiddie pool seats as well.
Oh, really? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
wow. I mean, you need it. You're in Las Vegas, right? So that's probably a good idea. That pulls around. I see a VIP indoor, outdoor, and terrace. All you can drink. That's actually not too bad for all you can drink for anyone. $50 in Las Vegas too. Like,
Well, I mean, I don't know about during the match, but I'm thinking after the match, Scott and I might be doing a little bit of all you can drink on downtown over in Fremont, possibly.
Ooh, this is a good one.
yeah. Well, tickets aren't being bad price too. If anyone makes it out there, $15.
Mm-hmm.
Reserved group, $20. Reserved sideline, right, which is like right there. And I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm assuming if you get there early, you could sit wherever you want, right? It's not like seated. looks
There's it kind of filled up last season, for the Labor Day match. So I would imagine, they would not really fill up, but it's not going to be to the point where you could just move down to any seat or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you look at tickets, I mean, you'll see all the different promotions that the club has for trying to get butts in seats. So yeah,
Show them here.
yeah, towards the top line. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. It's
This is look
August 20th.
like-
August 20th. It's one of the blue circles.
Let's see. This.
What do they carry?
Oh, I guess they didn't.
The seats are quite similar to it, just like the last time.
Yeah. I mean, as far as promotional, I'll have a look through the website later on and see. But yeah, I mean, Lights FC. I mean, they've got a lot of promotions to try to get butts in seats.
Oh yeah, they have. I mean, I'm wondering if they're gonna make the.
Yeah, because
cash
I
drop,
do know. Yeah, because I know they are. I think in the past they were showing some promo giveaways at this time, because I do know the San Francisco Giants have been done that before actually, which did work out nicely. As for the soccer, it can be a possibility. That might be some kind of like a hit and miss actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as big as say like when the Golden Knights or the Raiders or even the Las Vegas Aces have games. Yeah, Las Vegas Lights, they're kind of down there on the lower rung of popularity with the locals from the looks of it. But then again, soccer, I mean, it's growing in popularity. I mean, it does take a
Exactly.
little time, but I think if they did have a true soccer specific stadium, things would probably take off. I mean, I don't know if they'll be able to say get with Allegiant, because I don't think the crowds are going to be that big to warrant playing on at Allegiant Stadium, but something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, unless they made it to USL final. Imagine if Lights made it to the final. That would be a good reason to be like, go play at Allegiant. If it's the final game, that'd probably be the only, the only thing.
They have to get into the playoffs first, for that to happen.
Yeah.
Baby
Exactly.
steps.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they have to get another win. That's the first thing. Well, one thing I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention earlier too. If anyone knows any college students, or if you are a college student, this is a really great thing that Sac Republic is now doing, where if you actually buy tickets or you unlock it using your .edu email, you can actually get tickets at a really discounted price too, like $10 tickets in the North End Line section. So definitely look into it, because that's a really sweet deal. I mean, I think it's probably equivalent to whatever your college charges to watch their soccer team or any other sports team, right? It's probably about the same, as long as it's not like a football team and it's like a big school, then that might be a whole other story. But it's a pretty sweet deal for all the college students out there, and just shout out to the team for doing that, because I know what it's like being a college student at one point, and you're pretty broke basically throughout your entire college career, and also when you graduate for years to come. So it's good that they're
tuition
doing that.
fees. It is.
Oh yeah. We all know how that goes there as well. And it looks like there's also a Costco ticket offer that I didn't know too much about.
Nice.
You get 2
I
field
never
level
knew Costco is selling this.
Yeah, 2 drinks and access to a private field club for regular season home matches.
This is new.
Not quite sure how much that is, but hey, if you got a Costco card.
Looks like it includes the state fair match too.
I'm gonna valid that. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it also includes that.
That will happen on July 16th.
Yep. Can't wait for that one. I already got everything lined up for that.
Nice.
Yep, exactly right.
Cool. Well, yeah, there's that there if anyone wants to check that out. Also, if anyone is on the fence about going to the Open Cup, they actually made tickets available for us. Shout out to the LA Galaxy for giving us a section there, and to our team for also putting this information out there.
That is, yeah.
And I believe, let me just confirm once this loads, that tickets are
only
tickets are right there.
Right there.
Right there, which is great, right? It's like behind one of the goal nets. And tickets are $20.
Hell, that's not bad, especially for LA.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty good deal, actually, because I know it is the only one section to be seated. Otherwise.
Hey, Sharon.
Sharon making a comeback. Hey. Sharon, who will be at the game too. So $20 general admission. You could sit wherever you want in that section. So that's a great deal. Get there early, be able to be in front, but you're going to be able to be around other Sac Republic fans, so you don't feel like if I go, I'm just going to be on my own around a bunch of LA Galaxy fans, which isn't bad, let me tell you. I've been around a bunch of LAFC fans in the Open Cup game, and it feels so good to score and be the only one in your section celebrating. So that's good. She said, "Wow, you're still chatting." We are.
Yes.
We're still here too. Yeah, and we still got people tuning in, and we're still. Yeah, there's just a lot going on right between this match tomorrow and this one. We're soccer overload, right? But we're all good. Like, just keep bringing the matches too. We want to see more Open Cup matches, so please get the win. Yeah, Tina said so many of us. Yeah, that is true. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. Shout out to everyone who's going. I really wish I was there, but I'll be
I
I'll be
wish I
supporting
could
from
because
afar.
I am going to LA though.
Yeah, William will be there, but not at the stadium, but in LA as well, sporting his Soccer Republic gear, I'm sure. So
I still wish I
Unless
could go.
if I have to, yeah.
yeah, but you know, Jared and I will be still here, and not only that too, but we are going to be having a preview live show on the day of the Open Cup. For those of you who aren't going to the game and want to actually be on here chatting with us, us people who are going to be watching on TV. So that's going to be at 6:15 p.m. on Tuesday. So I set it for about an hour and 15 minutes before start time. So we'll probably be on for about 45 minutes or so. So if you want to join in and just be excited for this game, talk to us about it, leave your comments. We might be having some of our friends who are going to be going to the match, maybe hopping on, showing us how it looks like around there. There will also be that, so tune in on the socials for more details and for that StreamYard link as well. So we're getting everyone who's going to be watching on TV their own opportunity to give their thoughts on it and join us as we wish that we were there at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. So hopefully, I'm sure Sacramento Republic FC will need a bigger watch parties because I'm sure that Tuesday match it will be interesting to watch. So hopefully it will be find some bigger restaurant venue. That would be the best choice.
They should, and I want to say that they might have something. I think I heard about them maybe doing something, but I might be wrong. But I thought I heard about them maybe planning
earlier.
right?
Yeah, earlier. Earlier they were hosting some kind of like a pre-match party, which is right here across Peeps, which is not far where I am parked at. So I think there might be another possibility here.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
Sharon says, looking forward to Monterey. Special shout out to a special OG from the front office for help on tickets. Yeah.
Nice.
Special shout out to them. They got us tickets. I don't know who it is. Sharon hasn't told us yet. Otherwise, well, I don't know if they could be named or not. But shout out to that person because it's really awesome that they can help us out with that. I mean, a lot of us making the trip out there. It's a long trip, right? It's about
about 3 hours long, actually.
3 hours long if you're going from Sacramento, right? I mean, for me, it's still a drive out there, probably like 2 hours and like 15 minutes, 10 minutes from there as well. So it's going to be quite a drive for all of us going out there, much further than going to Oakland. So definitely getting your ticket paid for is a big help, and we really appreciate that and whatnot. So shout out to them. And looks like Jared had a step out here.
I'm sure he will be back soon because I think he maybe head down to the bathroom actually.
Yeah, he may have gone there too. Well, we'll wait for him to close the show out. But in the meantime, let's take a look at how the tickets are looking like for tomorrow for anyone who is going to the game. Sharon will be there. I think. Are you going to be there, William?
No, unfortunately not, because I will be head down to LA actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't be at the game tomorrow, but Sharon will be there at the game. And so if anyone wants the good old podcast stickers, she's going to have them. So just send us a message and she'll give you your stickers too. Or if you see her, ask her, where's my stickers at, Sharon? And she'll gladly give you some stickers.
Including a shiny keychain, actually.
Yes. We're limited on keychains, so we're not really promoting that right now.
Just only for a limited time, that is.
Yeah, we're really limited too. I didn't actually do a big order. I was gonna do a bigger order, but I wasn't able to do a bigger order. Or I missed out on the promotion there. But once it comes back, we'll probably get more keychains there as well. Oh, that's true. Tina has stickers as well. So
Oh, okay.
if you're making the trip out to LA as well,
Mhm.
you know, look for Sharon or Tina too. They're both gonna be there. So they have stickers and yeah, I'll be curious where you guys do sticker slaps. By the way, Sharon and Tina over in LA. There's plenty of places to do some sticker slaps. So again, if you're able to get some of those stickers there, and let's take over LA as much as we can.
Yep.
Yeah, Tina said yes, and now
These ladies are going.
I'll be at the game.
All right.
Tina and Sharon will be at both LA games, both tomorrow and Tuesday. And yeah, if you guys want to get your tickets, there's still plenty of seats available.
Yep.
so-
There are more seats available.
Yeah,
that is.
there's plenty wherever you want to choose to get your tickets. You'll have there too. But it looks like there's going to be a lot of people at tomorrow's match either way
Yeah.
too. But yeah, if you want your
We,
tickets,
this is-
there's them.
Yeah, section 107 around there, which I am sitting, it is completely sold out in that area.
Nice.
Oh yeah. You got these two here, and then maybe like some resale ones, but
Exactly
Ooh, actually,
right. Because
those
the
resale ones are
price
pretty
are
good
kind of
price.
reasonable. Yeah.
yeah, that's a really
$30.
sweet deal. Oh man, if I was going, I'd be getting these tickets right here. I mean, shout out to all the fans out there. I gotta say, who like put their tickets on resale and willingly lose a lot of money on them just because they want to help another fan out, right? Because these tickets in this section cost $60 normally, but
Yeah,
These
because I don't know
people,
why. Because I know some people who are trying to sell tickets because they are playing against LA Galaxy 2.
mm,
They are having the highest value. It's just like compared to when you head down to the San Francisco Giants game against LA Dodgers, because
mm.
these games are really popular prices.
Yeah, so that's a sweet deal for them to do that. And yeah, I mean, those are probably the cheapest, best resale tickets to. Oh, actually, these are $28 as well here in this section where they're normally 31. Yeah, but still less too. So I mean, it's great to see when you see fans actually do that as well. So Sharon, have a great weekend, y'all. Bedtime. You as well,
All
Sharon.
right, get rested.
Have a
good night.
Good
Have a good night, Sharon.
Take care.
Awesome. Well, with that being said, want to remind if anyone hasn't heard it yet, we interviewed Danny V recently this week, and we just posted the podcast a couple of days ago. If you haven't heard it yet, go to our podcast, search for it on your favorite platform, or just go on the link that's in the little ticker there on the video below, the pod link there, and find your favorite application. But go check it out, episode 89. It was really great. We enjoyed talking to Danny V a lot. It was really awesome. And we hope y'all enjoyed it. We're going to be having more player interviews as the season goes on. So this is just one of many that are going to be happening throughout the season. So if you haven't yet, go subscribe to the podcast so you can be alerted each time a new episode comes through. It's really the quickest way to find out about episodes and to be able to listen to them right away too as well. Before your SRFC friend gives you details on the episode or tells you details about an interview, and then you're like, I just got spoiled. So listen to it quick, right? Don't get spoiled.
Yep.
Cool. Well, Jared, William, Mr. Forza, yeah, I think those are the ones that joined. Thank you for joining our town hall tonight. Really appreciate that. Any last words you guys want to say before we end the live?
I must say, go a Republic, because I know last last night the Warriors won, so hopefully the Sacramento Republic FC will be able to do the same thing. So good luck to them.
Yes.
All right, let's get this LA Double Dipper done in our favor, and then any of you making the Monterey trip, along with Luis and Sharon, we'll see you down there in Monterey. Let's show up in big numbers as we can, and also good night, Tina.
Yeah,
Good night, Tina. Take care.
Yeah, that's true. Let's show up in numbers. Yeah, it is 3 hours from from Sacramento too, but at least it's a drive away, and if you got to get a hotel, then you're in a really great spot, right? I mean, not a bad spot to drive hours to Monterey, so it's like the end destination is worth it. It's worth the drive, especially because it's going to be super hot on that day if you stay in the valley. So one more reason, right? Go away out of the heat and go to good weather, which I think, Jared, you were saying it's going to be in the 60s, 70s, right?
Upper 60s, lower 70s for the high, and then probably about around kickoff time, probably just a little bit cooler. Nothing too major over the high 50s.
Yeah, exactly right. Comparing to San Francisco weather, true.
Oh yeah, sweet weather, the best during this time especially. All right, everyone, have a great night. We'll see you this Tuesday with our preview show to the LA game, and also on our podcast, possibly on Sunday night as we record our show earlier. So, bye. Go Republic.
Go Republic.
All right, see you. Go Republic indeed. Until next time, everyone.